Welcome to the coolest stuff on the planet.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the coolest stuff on the planet. I'm Catherine.
And I'm Sarah.
And this week, we're going to head down to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami.
Woohoo!
We're going to South Beach. And I know some of you already got your party hat on, and you're like, we're going to party. And there are other people who are like, why are we going there? So we're just going to show you some other sides of South Beach. I lived in South Florida for many years, and I can tell you there's a whole lot more going on in addition to the nightclubs.
There are?
Yes, they are. I know, you sound shocked.
I am. So even if you've never put on a black leather mini, and I have never done that, Catherine.
Well, you haven't lived there.
No. Yeah. You're sure to have a good time. Seriously. South Beach is a neighborhood of Miami Beach, and it actually started out as coconut farmland in the 1870s.
Yeah, and by the 1920s, Miami Beach was a really famous vacation spot. But then by the 1970s, it had become this retirement neighborhood. In fact, they used to call it God's waiting room.
I mean, that's just horrible.
Yeah, and wait, it gets worse. Then it became a real hotbed of crime. You remember Miami Vice in the 80s?
Yes, we loved it. It was our favorite show.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, now Miami's gone through yet another transformation, and it's this beautiful, hip, trendy place for the beautiful people and those who like to watch them.
Oh, yes.
And it really began in 1979 when preservationists lobbied to have the area added to the National Register of Historic Places because of really mainly the beautiful Art Deco buildings on the beach. They wanted to save those.
Yes, and that brings us to the first thing that you're really going to love about South Beach is all those Art Deco buildings. And for those who don't know, Art Deco is a style of architecture, and it's characterized by these stark lines, these really bold or pastel colors, and these sort of zigzag roof lines that were really popular in the 1920s. And South Beach has a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, and I love Art Deco, so South Beach is a great place to tour some of these. And so if you're interested in doing that, you can head to the Art Deco Welcome Center for about a 90-minute self-guided walking tour through the largest concentration of these 1920s and 30s architecture. After that, you're probably going to want to cool off because, after all, this is Miami. So head straight to the ocean. But just be forewarned, those that can flaunt it. And by that we mean you could encounter some topless sunbathers on both South Beach and the 12th Street Beach.
In the afternoon, you might want to check out some of the museums in the area. For instance, there's the Bass Museum of Art, which has a really good collection of these old masters and contemporary art as well. And there's also a Holocaust Memorial, which is this really haunting sculpture garden, which commemorates the Holocaust tragedy. And this was commissioned by a small group of Holocaust survivors who lived in Miami, and it opened on South Beach in 1990.
And one other museum I think is a must visit is the Sounion, Florida International University. It's a collection that contains more than 150,000 objects, rare books, and a permanent and rotating collections from mostly North America and Europe. These collections include things like furniture and other artwork that reflect the social, political, and technological changes that dominated the world during the time period between about 1851 and 1945 and how it shaped the perceptions of the modern world. So this is very cool stuff.
Oh, yeah. And of course, after you've done all that culture stuff, you're going to want to spend the rest of your time dining, shopping, people watching.
Our favorite things, right,
Yeah,
Catherine?
for sure. And most of the tourists will head over to Ocean Drive, which is this street which is lined with shops and restaurants overlooking the ocean. Looks a lot like the French Riviera.
Yeah.
So that's a great place for all that. But after you've been there, you want to go where the locals go, which is Lincoln Road, which is a few blocks away. And it's this outdoor mall. And to my mind, it has food that's cheaper and tastes better, but the people watching and the shopping is just as good.
Yeah, perfect spot. So, and another popular local event is to attend a performance of the New World Symphony Orchestra, which is also based in South Beach. What's really cool is the entire symphony is made up of performers in training who've all just pretty much graduated from major music schools, and it's the only one of its kind in the United States. And they have all types of concerts, including several free outdoor shows. So you'll get a great performance, and you can usually catch one that's free.
Yeah, or even not much money. I've seen them.
Yeah.
And, it's not really expensive. So, of course, by this time, it's probably like midnight.
If not later.
If not later, no, you could either head for bed or
you
could pull out that black leather mini.
That's right.
And head for the clubs. So you might be wondering, like, where is a good club to visit? I'm not going to tell you because by the time this podcast comes out, it could be a closed club.
Or a lame one.
Or a lame one, even worse. Yeah. So the best thing to do is to check out some of the publications like Miami New Times, which will tell you which clubs are hot and which ones are good.
Or, if you're staying on South Beach, talk to the concierge at your hotel.
Yeah.
They are great for telling you what are the coolest clubs, the newest, hottest, hippest, or a lot of the ones in the hotels are some of the best places to go.
Yeah, they have some amazing lounges at some of those hotels, which you
Yeah.
definitely would want to check out.
Yeah. So that wraps up our breezy tour through South Beach. And if you have some great insider tips, let us know. You can shoot us an email or post it on our Facebook page or send us a tweet. You can find the addresses for all those at the end of our podcast.
And I'll have some of my own tips about South Beach on the blog. And we'll see you next time on the coolest stuff on the planet.
For more on this and thousands of other topics, visit HowStuffWorks.com. Don't forget to check out our other podcasts, free on iTunes.